Hey everybody, welcome back to the LoveTub Podcast. It's your boy, Matt.
I'm Jason.
And Jake.
And we're back here again with the April 7th edition of this podcast. Today we'll be starting out with discussing what we've been going on this past week. We're going to a few other topics. So, Jason, Jake, what's been going on this week?
I've been getting lots of Twitter hate recently because I dared to say that The Last of Us is not a good game. And I'm not sorry, eat my dick. It's a terrible fucking game, and I feel bad for having played it.
I have
Also,
never played it.
It's not good. Like, it's not something that I would have bought a PlayStation for. It's just something that I happen to be able to play because I got Shino's PlayStation account as the main account at the time, so I played it off of his PlayStation account. And I get to like this church area, and it makes you. There's a lot of walking slowly past clickers in The Last of Us, and I don't know. That was a straw that broke the camel's back. It's not fun. The gunplay isn't fun. Walking slowly past clickers isn't fun. Alerting clickers certainly isn't fun because then you have to do the gunplay. It's just,
Ouch.
do I want to torture myself with the gunplay, or do I want to be painfully bored out of my mind? So I uninstalled it and I played Spider-Man instead. That's a good game.
What a
Did
fair
it make you
trade-off.
feel like Spider-Man?
It does make me feel like Spider-Man.
Awesome.
High quality content.
I've also been playing Disgaea 1 lately, and it's weird. I've played Disgaea 1 before, but that was before I had 400 hours in Disgaea 5, and how do I describe the differences between 1 and 5? In 5 there is a cheat shop that allows you to get more experience at the cost of money, skill experience, other stuff, and set difficulty accordingly to make it harder on yourself. In 1, there's none of that. There's a very complex mentor-pupil system that isn't very well explained, but it's pretty easy to get a grasp of. The shit part is just that I'm stuck in the early game because Disgaea 1's early game is a lot more tedious than Disgaea 5's. But it's got my favorite character in it, so I'm happy.
That's good. That's good. All right, what about you, Jake? What you got going on?
I'm almost done with my first semester of college, finally. And in fact, tomorrow, I went there a couple times already, but tomorrow I actually on Monday, going back to the job center.
Ooh, nice.
Yep. Continuing to
quality.
find continuing to be on the search for a job because
Yeah, did you and Nick go? Because I thought Nick was supposed to go too.
Yeah, Nick is going with me. He went
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah. That's impressive. That's impressive. Jason, your typing is very loud.
Oh, sorry.
Just wanted to inform you of that.
Well, I mean, I put in we'll find the note, Jake, and we'll cut my audio there too. My keyboard is just so loud.
Yeah, that's fine. My week was fine. I ground myself into the ground with 2 exams, physics and calculus. Don't have my calculus grade back, but I got a D on my physics exam, which is not too bad in retrospect, because I got an A on my first one and they drop your worst grade. So as long as you do better on the next test, it's fine. This weekend, I got caught having sex with my girlfriend in the shower by her mother,
Very nice.
who's a hardline Christian and also a psychopath. So that was interesting.
And now, what? You're kicked out of the house? You can't.
Oh yeah.
Ah,
Can't go back to the house, but it was fun though. It was worth it.
nice.
Yeah, fucked afterwards too, and earlier today, so didn't stop me.
God damn.
Yeah. So that was the
God
weekend.
damn.
Uh,
God damn.
Oh, that reminds me. I spent all of Wednesday, for the 23 hours after 3:00 p.m. Studying for a math test on Thursday.
Ooh, exciting.
So I felt like shit after that. And I think I did B material, maybe. College is fun.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what are you doing now on like weekends since you can't go back there?
I don't know yet. I think she'll just be coming down here instead.
Nice.
Yeah, because she's not willing to not see me. So we basically told her mom, if I don't get to be here, fuck you. She's gonna come down and be with me instead.
I'm glad you are the one recording your audio locally because
Cause what?
Discord just shit itself.
Did it really?
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Well, it'll be fine. We'll
it
work with it.
might. I hope it doesn't do like a repeat of what it did before we started
Yeah, I
recording.
hope not either. We're gonna have to stop the recording and come back. I think we can move on to the next topic now, which is a thick segue into our favorite dead horse to beat. Fallout 76. They decided to shit the bed again somehow. You'd think after they shit the bed so many times they just have no more bed to shit on, but they do.
How do you keep making a product worse after it releases?
That's a good question.
Especially
It's the most
when
elaborate prank.
especially when at the time of its release it was considered one of the worst things ever.
Well, they found a way. They essentially decided, hey, you know what's a good thing to add to our game? These little kits that will fix your gear. And it's fine. You know how you're gonna get these kits through the real life currency shop.
Oh, the thing that they promised would only sell cosmetics
Hmm.
and not anything pay to win?
Yeah, and you cannot drop these kits. You can't sell them to vendors or trade to other players.
Very nice.
Yes,
I always like
Roblox
to
death
see
noise.
companies going back on their word.
me too. I love it. They also added in this patch functional cameras, but who cares?
Why would you care about functional cameras in a
Exactly.
game where you can hit F12 and it captures your screen?
Exactly.
Or I guess the share button.
Yeah. So that's
Man,
exciting. Great times.
Ah, fuck Bethesda.
Yeah, it's actually a little overpowered because there's actually two kinds of kits. The basic kit repairs your gear to 100% condition. The improved kit improves it to 150% condition. So pretty much gives it a
Lovely.
big fat condition boost.
Man,
So that's how you shit a bed you've already covered in shit.
fuck Bethesda. What did they do before this again? I know that they fucked up literally every week since its release.
Didn't they ban people from their game for doing the game?
Yeah, they banned a dude for having too much ammunition. I know that.
Wow. You've got more than 2 magazines in your backpack. Be gone, thought!
The one guy who is still playing.
oh
I
my
wonder-
god.
I wonder what the player metrics actually look like for now.
You think that actually released that information? Oh boy. Come on, let me see if I can find it. Gamer metrics.
Gamer metrics.
Gamer metrics. Wait, is it Fallout 76 on Steam or something?
No, it's on the Bethesda
Oh.
launcher.
Okay, it'd be easier if it was
No.
on Steam.
Sometimes it just gets to a point where you have to look at the entire situation and just think to yourself, why? Why did they make this decision? Why did they decide to do this?
Let's just go
Why
check
did they
Metacritic and
decide
see
to
what's going on
make
on
it
Metacritic.
worse and worse and worse?
Somehow Metacritic has a Metascore of 52 for Fallout 76, which is just honestly disgusting.
It's very baffling. It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, good content. Thank you, Fallout 76, for giving us at least 5 minutes of something to talk about every time we talk on this podcast. Thank you.
Apparently,
Yeah, go for it.
never mind. This is super old. It's 13 days after its release.
Oof. I had to cough. Transitioning from horribly rated games is Steam's review bombing situation. For anybody who remotely opened their computers in the past 2 weeks and decided, hey, let's go check what games have been released. Borderlands 3 is coming out, as we mentioned last time, and they announced earlier last week that they were going to have the first 6 months of it be exclusive to Epic Games on the PC.
Contrary to what I think we said on the episode last.
Yeah, because we didn't know at that point.
We figured out literally 30 minutes after we finished recording,
Yeah.
and then we almost put that in as like we paused the episode, put that fact in, and curb your enthusiasm.
Yeah, almost.
But I'm not sure if we can put in curb your enthusiasm without getting fucking sued.
Copyright.
Anyway, I said it obviously based on my opinion that there's already Steam games of Borderlands, so I assume they'd stick with it, which they will just after 6 months. But it was incorrect because we didn't have an official statement. But anyway, following that announcement, there was a few things that could have happened. A, people were like, "All right, that's shitty. That's fine. I just won't buy it on the big games and move on." B was, you know, I don't know, raise some kind of ad campaign or whatever. I don't fucking know anymore. I'm having bad ideas. Anyway, 3, which was the actual option, I don't know the fuck I was going with this, was to go back on the Steam games that Bethesda's already released. Was it Bethesda? No, it was 2K and Gearbox. And review bomb all those games. And like, hey, this is a good way to protest our opinion is to misuse a function on our mobile platform to destroy beloved games.
Well, to be fair, it's not like there's any other way you can voice your opinion on any way directly to the devs or producers of the game.
Not actively, no, besides tweeting at them, which does very little, I assume.
Isn't the thing they're using or spamming the fucking like 2 middle fingers with Epic Store written on it?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
yeah.
one of
Epic
them.
Store.
Yeah, people
But
just
you
say Epic
can't-
Game Store.
You can't go to the Epic Games Store and review bomb it there, mostly because it's not there yet, but because Epic Games Store doesn't have user reviews,
Yeah.
because that would upset our Chinese overlords.
I mean, that, and they just started the platform. It might take them a little bit.
They started the
So I've
platform a
been hearing a
fuck
lot
ton
about
time
the
ago.
whole Epic
Yeah.
Store thing. So if I got this correct, basically publishers and developers are posting their, giving their games exclusivity to the Epic Games Store because Epic is paying them a shit ton of money regardless of sales,
Yeah.
to put it on the store.
Yeah, there's a guaranteed payout to the publisher regardless of sales, and I'm pretty sure an extra bonus if you make it an exclusive to Epic for any given time.
So to be honest, I can't. I'm gonna basically throw the developers a bone and be like, I can't really blame them for this, other than their lack of integrity, because it's just like, it's a deal that you cannot refuse. It's too good of a deal. There's not much of a catch. It's weird. I mean, of course,
Yeah.
the catch is how the customers will react to it, but it doesn't affect them because they get paid regardless of sales.
Yeah, it
My
pretty much
hope-
guarantees that their money they spent on producing the game at least gets recompensated at some portion, no matter how much the game sells.
My hope is that companies will keep putting their games on Epic and taking Epic's money, and then Epic will be short of money. But
Yeah,
they've
so-
got millions of Fortnite bucks.
Yeah,
That's
they gotta
not
drain
gonna
the
happen.
swamp.
So how I see it is that basically Epic is the has the most potential to lose in this situation.
Yeah, and
The
also
de-
people.
the, de-
Yeah, continue on real quick.
the developers don't have much of a the developers themselves don't have much of an opportunity to lose other than maybe trust, and the customers can just not buy from the Epic store, especially since most of these exclusives are timed.
I'm pretty sure it makes it easier to
Wait.
pirate.
Probably, I wouldn't doubt it.
Huh.
I don't know
Epic
how-
DRM shit or something.
I don't know how good the Epic DRM is, but if I go on Crackwatch real quick, just keep talking. I'll look for Metro Exodus. How long that took for that to crack?
Don't most put
All
built-in DRMs into their games besides what was I trying to say? Regardless of their publishing platform?
You mean like Denuvo?
Yeah.
Well, yes, but if you've got Denuvo, then most people won't buy your fucking game.
That's true.
Well, not most
My-
people, but a good portion of people.
A decent
'Cause
portion.
My personally,
The
my
ma-
best guess. Sorry, I keep
The-
interrupting.
No, go for
the-
it.
The majority of people, for some reason, don't care if it has Denuvo in it. Me, Denuvo was the exact reason why I got Sonic Mania on Switch instead of PC, and why I'm getting Devil May Cry on PS4 instead of PC.
Yeah. I'm torn between whether I should get Borderlands 3 on PS4 and just play it only on PS4, or if I should wait and get it on Steam. Even though I already have the Epic Games Store installed on my computer because I played Fortnite. Which is another thing. Millions of people have Fortnite already on their computers or on their systems, at least on their computers. So it does nothing to them to uninstall Epic Games. You're like, no, I'm protesting Epic Games now, when they already played Fortnite. They already bought into the demon.
Let's see. Metro
Yeah,
Exodus was cracked
I'm
after 4
personally
days by.
waiting until it gets on Steam because I myself I don't have any games that require the Epic launcher. I don't have Fortnite. I just don't
I'm not
play any of
a
those games.
I'm not a battle royale guy, but
Yeah, most
Me
people who are
neither.
carefree played Fortnite, and if they have Fortnite, they've already had Epic Games go through their dildo and fuck their files, so they really have
but
no reason to uninstall it and protest because they've already had it happen.
Metro Exodus was
Yeah.
cracked after 4 days by CPY. It had de novo version 5.6
Love that.
So I was gonna
and
say
Epic
something.
Games.
So I think Epic Games is aware of the amount of the amount of losses that they're going to experience. But I think something that I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to compete with Steam. They're trying to compete with Steam from a not so good start
Yeah, because
because
they've got the freaking blood wall of money. They've got Fortnite, so they're
yeah,
strong arming it.
Steam is huge. Fortnite is also pretty big. It's enough to allow them to do what entrepreneurs do and risk their money trying to sway things in a particular direction,
Yeah,
whether it works or doesn't work. But it seems like what they're trying to do is they're trying to compete with Steam, and there's actually that leads to another group of people who are basically the opposite of all the anti Epic launcher people that basically say shit like people who are refusing to buy Borderlands 3 from the Epic Store are entitled babies or whatever because they are in support of Steam not having a monopoly on digital distribution, and is how they see it.
I mean, you could just support not having fucking spyware on your computer.
that's true.
I
Yes.
don't think that makes you an entitled baby not wanting fucking spyware on your computer.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
I
all
don't think you can claim that Steam's a monopoly yet because Ubisoft and Origin are very large producers of platforms for games.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
but
see,
to be fair
that's
though,
true.
does anybody really open Uplay every day?
that's true. No one opens Uplay every day.
Like,
Origin
I
probably.
still no. I don't think
Yeah,
I've opened Origin since I last played.
I don't even fucking have Origin. I don't play any EA
Oh,
games.
Apex Legends is on Origin now, so Apex Legends is boosting Origin's usage now.
Well, I used to open Origins frequently because that's when they still did the free game giveaways,
Hmm.
like one game every month, and that's how I got Dragon Age Origins. But I think the last time I opened Epic Game, not Epic Origin, was to play Dragon Age Origins,
Hmm.
and I haven't done that on this computer at all. I think it
No,
was on the laptop.
I think that Steam's close to a monopoly on game platform publishing or whatever. But until it cracks down and eliminates Origin as a main competitor, that there's no really solid argument for that point.
Yeah. I think another problem with the Epic launch in particular, even if Steam was a monopoly and they're trying to fight against it, is that the Epic launcher just isn't a very good service.
It's
And
not a it's a poor alternative.
It's even
Yeah.
worse than Steam, which is already not very good.
yeah, see, and you mentioned something about spyware.
Hmm.
Oh
It,
shit.
it
Shit.
accesses Steam. The Origin game launcher,
Ooh,
not
that's
Origin,
shitty.
the Epic game launcher accesses your Steam directory.
That's pretty shitty.
Mhm.
I gotta admit.
Yeah, they're not the best right now.
So there's pretty like on one hand you can understand where people are coming from on the competition thing, but on the other hand, Epic Store is just not a very good service, and it's not, and that's in more ways than one. It's not a good service. Like, it doesn't have great quality, and it's also not good because it has fucking spyware.
Yeah.
So,
There-
that's why so many people, you and I included, are very much, wanting to avoid that.
Yeah.
They also just don't have games I care about. I
Yeah.
think they were giving away Subnautica, and I think I redeemed it via their website, but it requires me to download the Epic Games launcher, and it's just, you know
Yeah.
what?
Wasn't Subnautica on Steam?
Yeah, it's on Steam, but
Oh.
they were giving it away free.
All right. Yeah. Anyway, I think we got off topic a little
Hold on,
bit
I
because
just need to find the knife
we
real quick.
obviously hit on the back purpose or whatever this thing, but the
Oh, I want to finish
thing
what I was
was
talking
yeah,
about.
yeah. Finish it. Yeah. I just wanted to know that we were kind of off topic.
Bitch
We
ass.
kind of weren't, but I mean, I don't know.
Well,
Finish.
but it's just easier to say, okay, you know what? I own this game legally now. I don't feel bad about pirating it and then pirating it because I don't want to download that launcher.
Yeah, see, this is a bit more of a surface level thing, but my biggest problem with the launcher crisis is, well, just that, it's the launchers. I don't want to have to use 3 million fucking different front ends. It's ridiculous. I'd rather just use one or two. And it's especially good when the games that I like to play don't even require a front end, like GOG games.
I can just fucking
which
launch it
don't
through
have
the.
DRM and do not require front ends or launchers.
I can just launch it through
because-
the file directory like that.
True.
Yeah.
I don't keep
there-
desktop
There
icons
is
on the desktop.
there is GOG Galaxy, which is convenient, and I do have that. Except the thing is that I don't have it open all the time. It's just a
I do.
convenient. I use it as a convenient downloader, basically.
It's fucking fantastic. I love GOG Galaxy.
Yeah.
I want to see that get more traction. I want to see that get more games on it. I want to see that more.
And I just love GOG in general.
It's a fantastic service. It's owned by the same guys as CD Projekt Red, right? I'm fairly certain I heard that before.
Hmm.
But I like it. It's a good service. I can use it as a front end. I can just. It's very convenient. The forums are great, and I don't need to use it as a front end. I can just
Yeah,
launch it through anything else or through the files themselves.
Yeah, really, GOG, in my opinion, is, in my mind, is superior to Steam. However, it's not as widely used as Steam because, of course, it isn't. Especially because of the lack of DRM. Lots of developers and companies don't want to risk having DRM-free versions of their games out there because they think that their DRM actually works and prevents piracy.
Oof.
Which it doesn't.
Which it doesn't. It mildly slows it down.
It slows it down. DMC5 was cracked in a day.
I don't know why Windows hasn't teamed with Steam yet to get Steam a like auto install on all new Windows systems.
Ah,
Like an Internet Explorer but for games.
that's what he gets for working for Microsoft.
Ooh.
This
What are
isn't
some-
working.
Where does some big? Oh shit! Yeah, we didn't have it on the list, but we can talk about Assassin's Creed 3 remastered.
Oh, what? What? Never heard
I
of that. What?
can't.
It came out March 26th,
Oh, that's a prank.
and it was cracked the same day.
Oh, fuck you, you play.
But it actually looks so terrible. Do not
Probably
buy
is.
this game
I'm not going
No.
to.
because genuinely just get the original. It looks so much better than this.
How do you fuck up a remaster?
I
What are you
don't
supposed to do is
know.
upgrade the
People do
fucking
it all the
quality to
time.
4K. How the fuck?
I was looking
I
at
mean, I know Call of Duty fucked up their COD World Modern Warfare 1 remaster, but that's just because they were retarded.
the models look. They were completely redone, but that's not a good thing in this case.
Yikes. All you're supposed to do is upgrade them to 4K. What are you doing?
I think here's an idea.
Yeah, drop those in the chat. Let me see
Here's like
what the hell
give you
is
an
that?
idea. The right is the remaster.
Oh my god, I'm dropping those in the fucking video. Those are
It
horrible.
looks worse.
It's a downgrade.
There were even worse examples, but that was just the first one that I found on Twitter.
How do you fuck that up? It looks more polygonal. What the
They just make him look more like he's made of plastic.
Oh yeah, and notice that I noticed that a lot of them, their eyes kind of bulge out more.
Yeah, like they're actual like props inside the head instead of actually being part of the model.
His
Like
eyes
they're in the
also look
first
a
one.
little bit more fake as well.
Yeah, that's the entire point. Is
Like
it
the lighting is not as good. The ambient occlusion is worse quality.
Jesus?
It's ridiculous.
And we also missed the main point of the other topic, which was Steam's review bombing system. But yeah, they pretty much said back earlier in I think it was April, something like last month. They said they were going to implement a anti-review bombing tech thing that was either automatic and can be user defined by like flagged by Valve workers or whatever. But yeah, the review bombing for Borderlands 1 and Borderlands 2. I think it was Borderlands 2 had 412 negative reviews in the first 6 months up till March 31st, and then a few days after April 1st had 2,156. So yeah, that happened. So they flagged that, and now the Steam store has fixed that, so you can no longer see the review bombing unless you opt into it.
I kind of want to see the review bombing.
Yeah, you can opt in or out of it. I think it's a it's a review beta. It's part of that.
I'm just getting more of these. Oh my fucking god!
Yeah, I'll definitely drop more in the video.
Comparison images are terrible.
Look at him.
Jesus Christ.
The first one for the latest one that I posted is the
Oh my God.
remaster, whereas the second one is the original. But for the rest, the first one is the original.
Oh my god.
How do you? I just want to know how you fuck up a remaster. Like, who's firing these people? Like, can we get a list of who got fired after this release?
It's Ubisoft. I wouldn't.
I just want them to be flagged and never be hired again.
I don't actually remember this character. That's how little of an impact Assassin's Creed 3 had on me.
The only Assassin's Creed I've played with substance is Black Flag.
Black Flag was. I remember that one being kind of fun.
Yeah, it was good. I like the ship thing.
I think that. No, I know I 100% did 3. I don't know why I did though.
Also, is it just me, or does everyone in the remaster of this game look whiter than the original version?
Are you saying they whitewashed characters?
Holy shit, they whitewashed it, guys.
Oh my god, I'm titling this fucking. Oh no, I'm titling this episode.
Speaking of whitewashing, here's a mini topic. Minecraft Steve is the most whitewashed character, and nobody talks about it.
Oh yeah, he's supposed to be racially ambiguous, but
Yeah,
everybody
he's
makes
sort
him
of
white.
a moderate brownish color,
Yeah.
but everyone depicts him as white.
Yeah, or they. Yeah, I'm looking at images now. They've all upped his tone to make him look more white. But his actual
Yep.
model is like mixture of. I don't know what. How could you define that like in serious terms? Like
Brown.
I would say because his forehead looks like a tint of white. I'd almost say like Latino almost, like a mixture of Latino and white, like half Latino, half white almost. If you're trying to put a name on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good label if you're trying to put a name on it. But yeah, all the videos I'm looking at right now have him like very brightened. His bloom's been increased.
Yeah, it seems like the more simple art style, the more flat, less textured depictions of Steve usually depict him as very white, while the regular default depictions of Steve are, well, the regular default depictions.
Yeah.
with all the chunky pixels and stylization.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think it's interesting because he's part of a he's not really that much of a character, because he's a template, but he is part of a very influential series. Or not series, what the fuck? I mean, I
Game.
guess it's going to be a series later because of other
Minecraft too.
being made.
What a meme.
Fucking God. Anyway, a very influential game. And nobody talks about it, nobody cares, yet people talk about whitewashing of other characters all the time. Although, of
Sure.
course, it is mostly because of he's not really that much of a character as much as he's, well, a template.
Oh my god, this is fucking horrifying.
Oh my god, no. The Minecraft
Alright.
Steve outfit. Oh no.
Alright, I'm getting flashbacks to all those hours I wasted in Minimator.
God.
No.
What's our next topic? Holy shit, moving on. Speaking of bad things, journalists.
Oh, journos. Oh, fuck. Okay. Since Sekiro came out, lots of game journos have been crying about it being way too hard for them and demanding an easy mode in the name of making it more accessible to disabled gamers. But the problem is, Sekiro was beaten by a quadriplegic gamer.
Oof. How does it feel to be beaten by a game by someone who actually has no arms or legs?
Well, he may not. Okay, his body might not work correctly from the neck down, but game journalists' bodies don't work correctly from the neck up.
You're
Oh.
right. You're literally right.
I don't know if he was using one of the Xbox adaptive controllers, which,
Also,
by the
why
way,
didn't the WrestleMania is going on right now?
I was gonna make a joke about disabled users. Disabled in what way? Mentally?
Reddit user Limitless Quad posted a video to Reddit showing his Sekiro skills in action. Despite his physical disability, Limitless Quad was able to adapt and beat the Corrupted Monk, which is an especially tough boss in Sekiro. Limitless Quad created the video in response to people calling for Sekiro to add an easy mode, and specifically one post that said people with disabilities that have poor motor functions aren't able to play the game in its current state. It's literally the game journalists using disabled gamers as a shield, as an excuse to cover their own asses and their own inability to play the game.
Is it on PS4?
Yeah, it's on PS4. It's also on Xbox and PC.
Yeah, I saw
My question.
I saw gameplay of it earlier. I kind of want to play it now.
I was playing it a bit earlier, and it's certainly something I'm going to need to adapt to. It's differently played than like
How much does
Dark
it
Souls.
cost?
I think 60.
It's gonna be a yikes for a few days, Chief.
Well, yeah, it's
Anyway,
a
I
fully
actually
priced
have a question.
What is it?
What type of game is this exactly? I haven't really heard of it or, well, seen any gameplay of it.
Think
It's-
Dark Souls, but Japan.
Okay, that's
okay.
kind of right. It's also it's made by FromSoft, just like the Soulsborne games, but it's heavily focused around not taking down your opponent's health, but stunning them, making them lose their footing, their poise, and
I see.
then pulling off a death blow.
Okay,
Which-
so so basically, if I have this correct, the game is based off of a lot of skilled movement and timed attacks and stuff.
Yeah, because you're gonna want
What are those?
to you want to parry your enemy's attacks, and then there are also different. Your enemies will have the kanji for death appear above their head, and that'll mean
Okay.
they're gonna do one of either three attacks: a thrust, a grab, or a sweep.
Okay, knowing that, it's really no wonder that game journalists are so bad at it, because basically any game that requires skill and patience, game journalists are bad at. Just every single time.
It's not hard either. Well, I mean, it is hard, but it's kind of forgiving. It's more forgiving than Dark Souls is, because the checkpoints are fucking everywhere, for one, and secondly, it's in the name of the title. Die twice. You get 2 chances every time.
Yeah, isn't the game balanced around being able to learn from your past mistakes and adjust your play style to fix that in order
Well,
to
that's all
win.
from soft games. But yeah,
Yeah.
uh, the thing about Sekiro versus other like Soulsborne games is anytime you die, you can press the right bumper to resurrect on the spot immediately. There is some cooldown to it. You can't use it over and over again in the same fight, but you get essentially 2 tries, and it refills as you kill enemies. So you can essentially just you might die 10 times, but you can still get up, supposing there is enough time in between each death and you've killed enough people in between each death. In theory,
Uh,
it's probably not going to happen.
it's really unfortunate because I think hard games have a certain novelty to them, and people really, really hate hard games nowadays.
Yeah, everybody wants to just press X to win.
Yeah, it's
Like,
unfortunate because it was an interesting culture back in the day where people were actually had a positive reaction to a game being hard, where it basically was like this epic, quest that, because of how challenging it was, it would be satisfying to beat because it felt like you actually beat something against the odds of it.
well, you earned it. You got good.
Yeah, you got good and you won. Hard ass like arcade games were especially good for this, and because of because of that attitude, they were also good at nickel and diming you because you'd keep putting in coins to play more of the arcade machine.
But that evolved and became its own style of game design.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, you had shit like Space Ace and what was it? What was the other one? The Don Bluth game? Dragon's Lair. Dragon's Lair. Got it. Uh which were specifically made to eat your quarters, but you also had shit like Pac-Man, which was just designed around you getting good at the game. It
Yeah.
wasn't
There was also lots of just simply high score games where they didn't have an ending, but they just had, a leaderboard.
Pac-Man, Tetris.
Yeah.
Well, Tetris had an ending. It was like
But
120,
yeah, it
I
was
think.
back when people had a very sort of lighthearted attitude on video games.
Instead of demanding, "Oh, I don't want to actually try. I just want the story fed to me, spoon-fed like a movie.
Yeah,
I don't want to
that's
be active in this
that's really
active
unfortunate
media."
because I've personally I really like difficult games with stories like that because the story becomes in of itself a very good encourager to encourage me to keep playing even though the game's difficult and might be frustrating.
I think the
It's
hard gameplay is, or I think the story is reliant on the hard gameplay in the case of Soulsborne games and DMC3.
Oh yeah, uh, it's always. I think personally, if you're creating a game with story, it's best to actually have the story and the actual gameplay sort of synchronize together and make sense
You mean like
and work
that's
well
called
together.
ludonarrative.
Yeah,
That's what happens in like DMC3 on the second level. Uh, a kid playing DMC3 for the first time will probably have trouble clearing the boss for that level. They might even die a couple times, maybe even spend an entire day on that level. But when you finally complete it, first you get the rush of "I finally fucking did it! Hell yeah, eat my ass!" And then you're treated to the cutscene directly after, which shows Virgil kill the same enemy effortlessly in one swipe, and you think, "Holy shit! It was that hard for me to take out that enemy, but Virgil could do it in one hit." So that sets up Virgil as this big badass. And so when you fight him later, you that's what you have in mind. It's built on that.
that's brilliant.
The story has taken your experience with the video game and used that to make its narrative better.
It's a very excellent way of showing and not telling, basically.
Yeah,
That's great.
it
That's
marries
brilliant.
your experience playing the game to the story. Or in Dark Souls. Dark Souls is it takes place in a very oppressive world, one that wants to just kick you in the face over and over and over, where the
Yeah,
last
kind of implied by
remaining
the name.
vestiges of hope lie in your desire to just keep moving forward and end this curse and hopefully finally die. You hope for death. That is the type of world that Dark Souls puts you in.
So you're
And
stuck in a respawning loop, I
yeah,
guess.
you want to die. But you can't because you're undead.
The goal of Dark Souls is to kill yourself
Yeah. And stay dead.
and stay dead. But anyway, as I was saying, I find that that video games are such an interesting medium when they have stories because they, it's not just a movie that you watch effortlessly or a book that you just read through. It's something that you actually have to engage in.
A film,
And
a film is a passive media. You just sit down and take it in. Whereas
yeah,
a video game is an active media. You have to actively participate in the story, in the gameplay,
and
in
I
order
think I
to
think it
have the story happen.
I think it gives the story a little bit more value and punch, especially when it's done right.
I mean, video games being an active media are why I prefer horror games to horror movies. In a horror movie, I can just sit down, I can close my eyes. It doesn't matter. I can stop that from happening to me.
In a
But
fucking horror movie, I just watch a bunch of characters stupidly get themselves killed. In a horror game, I'm actually there and I have to be, the ball's put on my court to survive.
yeah, whenever I'm playing Lost in Vivo is what the name of the game is. I have to keep walking forward, knowing that I am going to put myself in a dangerous situation because I want to find my dog. I can't just take my hands off the keyboard, let it happen for me, and have it be controlled by some actor in a terrible movie, terrible slasher flick. I have to be the
Yeah,
one to put it in motion.
and it's because essentially you are, video games are the best medium to insert the user or the player into. So when you have a horror setting, uh, horror relies very much on immersion and suspension of disbelief, and essentially sucking in its consumer into the world. And video games are one of the best ways to do that. So when you're an actual entity within the scary situation, it gives it more impact, and it makes it actually more scary.
It's why I'm able to enjoy horror games that have supernatural elements when horror movies with natural elements bore me.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't. I can look at a horror movie and say, yeah, ghosts aren't real. This isn't scary. But in a horror game, it doesn't matter if I know ghosts are real or not. There's one right in front of me, and it's trying to fucking snap my neck.
It reminds me of a quote by a Black Science Man, which was like, "The great thing about science is that it's true whether or not you believe in it."
But to put a long rant short, a TLDR on this, get good, game journos, because you are the laughing stock of this industry. You're even more pathetic than EA. And what was our next topic? Jussie
Jussie
Smollett.
Smollett, yeah.
Oh, good, you're back.
No, I'm still in the toilet, but yeah, my headphone reaches in here. So.
Oh, that's fucking fantastic.
Oh yeah, I know.
So it's
Anyway, yeah, him.
So based on the list that we have posted of topics to talk about, I see
Yep.
that you have imposed the word "cuck" on his name.
Yes, I have, because he is. But he is not actually one. He's just, cucking the entire Chicago PD.
Didn't we talk about Jussie Smollett last week?
No, I think it was the week before that. No, it was last week. Never mind. This is an update. Kinda,
Well,
sorta.
Well, last week we said
Nick's talking again.
God dang it.
tell him to die.
He's not real.
Jason told me to tell you to die. I will.
Very nice. Well, I'm gonna put another thing.
Very nice.
Cut Nick one more time.
Alright, anyway, yeah, so the update for this week is he's obviously still out. No one's been arrested, with the crimes he accused people of, because we all know it's fake. The PD said it was fake. His lawyer said it was fake, but they let him out anyway. The people who let him out said it was fake, but they let him out anyway. And now the Chicago PD are like, hey, could you reimburse us for the, $100,000 we spent investigating your charge? And he's like, lil no.
Man, it must be nice to be rich.
Must be nice to be rich and, able to cook the Chicago PD at everything they want.
I am very close to being on board the eat the rich train.
Yo,
Kind
me
of sucks. If I was rich, I'd probably just be bored and be like, I don't know what to do with my money, and then start giving it to lots of charities.
I didn't understand why people were communist, and then I started being a college student who couldn't afford food, and I understand why people want to eat the rich now. I
Yeah.
still don't agree with it, but
Yeah, it's more of a, hey, maybe I want money, but
I
maybe
understand.
communism is not the best idea.
I understand it now. But
Yeah.
then I'd just be starving all the time,
Yeah.
not just most of the time.
That's why college students are the more ones that lean towards the social communism, because they don't have jobs because they're working in college, and they're like, well, everybody's rich and I'm dirt poor. Maybe we should, distribute the money more so I have more fucking money to eat food. But when it's kind of their choice to not have money because they're going to college to get a degree to get money.
But then I won't. Then we won't. What's our potato situation in the United States like?
What?
How much potatoes do we have?
I don't know. More than
'Cause,
Ireland did.
More
May
than
sound
I.
very funny, coming from me in particular, but the "work smarter, not harder" slogan has really fucked us over.
Yeah, because people who work harder are now getting more money from the people who work smarter. Because people who work smarter spend 48 years at college.
Man,
Because like there's a shit ton of supply of people who are trying to work smarter, and a very low supply but very high demand of people who want to work harder.
I think that a podcast that has 3 STEM majors on it isn't we're not the best people to say this.
I know. I mean,
Yeah, if people aren't, if you're gonna go for a degree that's not gonna earn you money, that's your fault.
Fucking talk to me with your fucking social justice degree.
oh no.
Your fucking sociology degree and your psychology degree.
You say
Yeah.
I'm not smart. I'll have you know that I have a women's studies degree.
Yeah, the only way they get money is from Jeff fucking Bezos. Jeff Bezos pays me? Yeah, for what? Protest? Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, Jake, you're going for a comp science degree, right?
Yeah.
Hey, samesies.
Bitches.
Fucking
I still have to take 2 comp sci classes anyway.
nuclear science boy.
I am thinking in
or nuclear engineering, sorry.
Same thing.
I'm thinking of getting into something like maybe plumbing or carpentry as a side as well. Sort of plan B.
Maybe try ceramics.
I might switch to IT.
I'll look into ceramics.
They got a glass blowing class at my college.
Why would anybody take that?
To make their own glass?
I learned that in Scouts.
Okay, but
you know how much I paid for it in the Scouts?
Couple
Zip.
dollars. Oh.
I'm not paying fucking thousands of dollars to learn it in college.
I paid $7 for my IT department to print me off something from their 3D printer.
Yeah.
That's not bad, actually.
Yeah, you send them the STL part, you tell them, what color you want it in, how detailed you want it, and everything. They send you a quote for it.
I know we've got a few 3D printers in the comp sci building.
Yeah.
Yeah, in general, I am very open to suggestions when it comes to college, because I'm taking it the very slow but not having a risk of fucking being in a shit ton of debt path. Where
I think you should probably go more programming and then do a secondary in model design.
Okay.
That's probably where you want to go, because programming will get you almost anywhere for computer stuff. But the I think 3D models and 4K models, shit like that, is probably gonna be high demand as
Yeah.
games and VR comes more into play.
So yeah,
It's a
I
higher
guess it's a good
market.
idea to in my first semesters to take the more what I'm gonna call omni classes.
Yeah.
I've got I've got a personal goal for like what I want to be able to create whenever I become more proficient with programming,
Mm-hmm.
like an in-app idea.
Uh,
It's nothing like too crazy, like multi-million-dollar project or a fucking video game. It's just like a scheduling app.
yeah, me a lot like Nick is very interested in creating video games and designing video games.
See, I just want money.
Uh,
I like eating, and
Money's
money
great.
gives me
Yeah,
food.
I don't necessarily want a shit ton of money. I just want enough money to pay for some things that I want and eat.
Listen, okay, I've got a few options. I can just like I can just milk this bullshit that I'm working on right now for all it's worth to get me food, or I can just marry rich.
I wish.
My girlfriend's rich. My
I mean, my
girlfriend is
girlfriend's maybe a politician, so I might be able to marry rich, but I still want to be
fucking
able to pay for a 2-story house on my own.
gonna put a ring on that and never worry about money again.
I wish.
Yeah, I personally am not much of a gold digger.
Well,
Oh,
oh wow.
he called you the G word.
I genuinely love her. I fell in love with her before I realized she was
know,
fucking
I'm
loaded.
just messing around with you.
I've been with her since how long, guys?
Make her stroke your meat while her hands are covered in dollar bills.
That sounds
Oddly
disgusting.
specific, but okay.
Do
That
it.
sounds like a good way to get STIs. Yeah, you know where
Make
those
her
fucking
clean the
dollar
money.
bills have been?
Make her clean the money.
Oh yeah, let's clean fucking money.
Have her go to the bank and get money fresh from the bank that hasn't been surplused yet. Or circulated, whatever it's called. And then just have her wrap that shit around your dick while she just fucking goes at it.
That still sounds like an awful experience.
You'll
Why are we
bust to the
talking
feeling of
about this on
money.
the podcast?
You'll bust to the feeling of money. I don't know why. Why not?
Yeah, I don't like this idea.
Oof.
Science isn't about why, it's about why not.
Yeah, you're true. I don't know. I'm already minoring in French right now because obviously French because nuclear stuff is popping in France. But I'm gonna also try to minor in programming stuff because I'm already doing like minor programming projects with my Arduino and shit here. Like I've already got myself a temperature sensor set up for my room. That's now 74 degrees in here.
Yeah, and it made a fucking awful noise whenever you first set it up.
I removed that.
Why did you do that in the first place?
I thought it was a good idea before I realized my air conditioner in here was broken.
Ooh, I got a potted plant, guys.
Oh, that's good. Should
I
have
named it-
mentioned it earlier.
Really?
Yeah, I named it
So
Dimitri.
valuable, dude.
Do you call it Potty the potted plant, like from Phineas and Ferb?
No, it's named Dimitri. Gwem named
Disgusting.
it. I didn't want a potted plant, but then Gwem named it, so I can't get rid of it.
Oh.
Because,
You could say I went to live on a farm far, far away.
I can't do that. It's her son now.
Jason's Durr plant, how we love you.
Oof. Remember that part I mentioned like 5 minutes ago that I was printing from the IT department?
Yeah, what was that?
It's actually my customized part for my temperature sensor. I'm gonna
Nice.
I'm gonna get a smaller breadboard and use actual like wiring things, stick those into the piece, and then I'm going to hot glue it all down and make it a one solid like built-in case, like as a product, most like. Because I know once my family builds this new house, I'm gonna get a bunch of those, get a bunch of them all set up, and put them in each room.
I want to make more ramen.
Because they're actually not expensive. I think it was a little under $10 for the sensor itself. A cheap Arduino product is only like $10 probably if I find a small enough one. The parts come with a lot of them, and then the programming I already have, and I just need to find a cheap alternative to this LCD display.
Hey, quick question, guys. Just like on a like a personal level, do you think
Yeah.
I should like pull another all-nighter tonight? Because I mean, it's already what 11:24. We're gonna be up editing this podcast episode. I'm still hungry, so I want to cook some more.
Mhm.
And I got classes in the morning. Yeah, should just
Might as well. Yeah.
all right.
I'm tempted to do that, but I didn't sleep well last night, so I don't know yet.
I slept pretty well last
I
night.
honestly would urge against it, but that's just me.
Also, my bed is full of clean clothes that I haven't hung up yet.
Yeah, that's probably an issue.
I'll do it tomorrow. Also, I gotta clean the dishes before my roommate gets back here.
Well, our next topic.
And I gotta dirty them again before I can cook.
Yeah.
We're just discussing the channel.
Yeah, channel discussion for just a few things. I don't think it's gonna take much time. We have the regular podcast as we're doing right now. We have the individual projects, which I've already uploaded one of them.
Yeah, I don't know like what I want to do for like an individual project, if anything at all.
Yeah, mine was it popped off, but that's only because my friend decided to refresh the page 10 times to leave comments because he's an idiot. But it's fine. Our podcasts have been doing okay. Let me check our current metrics right now as of April 7th, 2019 at 11:25 p.m.
It's just like a fun way to make sure I get like a weekly discussion with friends. I like it.
Our last one has 7 views as of almost a week. My individual project has 23. Our 5th episode from a month ago has 9, and the numbers go up from there. We're doing good. We still have 9 subscribers. Good shit. Hopping. I know I was talking to a few other guys in the LoveTub real quick about starting a history-based discussion. Segment.
John and who else wanted to be in it?
Who else was that? Wasn't that far up?
John's a big tank. John. C's?
Yes.
Because C's he's big on like Poland's history and hating the commies.
Yeah.
And then John is big on tanks and tanks.
Resident tank fag.
Yeah,
I think a tank fag.
I'd like to Jake, you can't use that word, Jake. You're not a homosexual.
I'm a bisexual.
Oh, never mind.
I can use it.
He's got the fag pass.
Dang. Anyway, yeah, I was thinking of setting that up, like just like choosing a certain time period and have each of us do individual research on the topic and then coming together for a big discussion.
It's like homework.
Yeah, I don't feel like freeballing a topic is going to be that well of a thing based on history because either you know it or you don't. And then there's the misinformation you might know about it or whatever. It doesn't make for a well-rounded conversation or a good discussion either. It's not going to be like in-depth, like write a paragraph or discuss or like make a list. It's just read up on a few things, like check the Wikipedia page or watch some videos and be ready.
I should get a capture card.
Yeah, I'm going to get one of those on my new computer too. I'm going to get one of those Elgato ones.
Well, I want to be able to get like Disgaea footage because I kind of want to do like a Disgaea tutorial.
Yeah,
because the Disgaea is one of those games that's very heavy on like information that you have to know, and a lot of it is like trial and error, or it's not easily explained. Like in Disgaea 5, in order to get the maximum possible stats for any given unit, you have to get 6 stars fully mastered in every single subclass for that unit.
Yeah. I also forgot I was doing book reviews and I have my second one scripted, but I haven't gotten to it yet to record it, nor have I scripted the third one. I think I went ahead and re-listened to the books up to like the 4th or 5th one and just didn't have any self-control to actually script throughs.
I need to get back into reading. I know I was reading it was like a self-help book. I don't know why I picked that one, but it was on like
audiobooks.
It was on my list of like things to read eventually, and I got a free Audible credit, so I figured, might as well. And it was called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson. It's not bad. I'm liking Roadside Picnic a lot more than it. But I don't know. It's something that's okay to do, like whenever I'm just getting food from the main dish.
Yeah, I know. I went to Barnes and Nobles a while back up in my girlfriend's town, and they have these like collector's edition of certain books, like Arabian Nights or whatever, Dante's Inferno, like bunch of collection poems. So really nice. They have like gold laced pages, and their covers are really nice and ornate. So
if you can find Roadside Picnic, I wholly recommend it. It's a very fucking good read.
I'll probably be able to find it. It's Barnes and Nobles. They got everything. But I was thinking once I get some of those ornate books, I'll read through them and obviously probably do reviews on them. But they're like classics. There's like Shakespeare and Dante's Inferno and the Count of Monte Carlo and shit like that.
I want to read Don Quixote. I just heard it was good. I don't remember anything about it.
Yeah. Actually, there was an old series I used to like. What was it called? Hold on.
You remember? You do know what roadside?
Shit.
You guys do know what
Okay.
roadside picnic is, right?
No.
It's the
The
book
funniest
that
thing just happened.
What?
Fucking Nick was playing No One Lives Forever 2, and he encountered these rolling cube enemies, and he started crying like no, and he's like, I don't want to do this anymore, and then he quit the game and just exit the room.
call him a little bitch when he comes back. Anyway, it's the book that inspired Stalker, like the Stalker series.
I'm sorry.
Like it takes place there's the exclusion zone, there's artifacts and anomalies, but the
Did someone
anomalies.
say anomalies?
Yeah, I'm talking about Roadside Picnic. The book that was based off of that Stalker is based off
Yeah,
of.
I know.
But the anomalies in Roadside Picnic are so much more deadly than the anomalies in Stalker, and that's saying some shit, because the anomalies in Stalker, if you're not paying attention, will fry you alive in a heartbeat. But there's pretty early in the book, the main character, he's in the zone with another guy, and this guy just brushes slightly against this cobweb, just so slightly, and it's so thin and light that he's not even sure it was real. Just like it could have been a figment of his imagination, and they're all wearing like these thick, super secure, hazardous materials suits. But they come out of this, they get what they need in the zone. They come out of the zone. They go and take a shower. But as the protagonist is leaving the shower, he like says something to the other guy, and he gets no response. He doesn't think anything of it. However, we come to realize later that the guy died in the shower right then, of just a fatal heart attack because of the spider web that was so faint it was barely seen. The zone kills you. The zone fucking kills you. It's a terrible place. I love that book. Almost as much as I love the games it inspired. Play Stalker.
Yeah.
Read
Essentially.
Roadside Picnic.
Have you got back into Boundless yet, Jason?
No.
Christ.
Which means we've probably lost everything.
No, I think we still have a few days left in our thing.
I'll
go in. Yeah, I'll go in soon.
Yeah, after we finish recording.
Yeah. But yeah, I think we're just about done with topics for today, unless we have anything else to talk about.
It's been like
we've hit our
an hour.
Yeah, I think we've had a good run.
Yeah, we've hit our main topics. I think we're good.
I think we can like fit one more thing if you guys have anything else.
Not particularly.
Just something to ramble about, something you've been working on.
Not really. I mean, I've been wanting to start something, but I really don't know what else to do because I'm out of parts that are actually good to build with the Arduino stuff. So I'm really deadlined there. I was actually looking up stuff online for Arduino parts. They have a Geiger-Muller detector for fucking Arduino stuff.
Did I tell you guys about like the scheduling app I've been like looking into making?
Yeah, you talked about it a little bit.
That the fire is kind of not under me anymore, but I'm still big into wanting to make it because I'm constantly going through life and I'm thinking, wow, it would be so much. It'd be so helpful if that scheduling app I thought up actually existed. So
do you watch Code Bullet?
Do I watch what?
Code Bullet.
Code Bullet?
Yeah, he's a coder who he like builds stuff from scratch with coding.
Well, I'm looking him up now.
Yeah, I'll send you his channel and the thing. Like he's built like it's interesting.
Piano Titles was an auto clicker. AI Learns to Drive. There's an auto clicker for Piano Tiles.
Yeah, he pretty much codes just a bunch of freaking AIs. He codes his own AIs to do certain stuff.
AI solves a 100 by 100 Rubik's Cube.
Yeah. AI learns to play the world's hardest game. He pretty much codes the games like in his own little thing, and then codes the AI to work through it.
Oof.
Yeah, so I thought that should be a little inspirational for you to watch somebody code something from scratch.
Subscribe. But I do watch a lot of Michael Reeves because he just does terrible fucking bullshit with code and
Alright, look him up real
Arduinos.
quick.
Oh, have you not watched Michael Reeves?
No, guess
Oh,
not.
he's fucking amazing. He I think the first video I watched was electrocuting my muscles to force me to dab.
Oh my god, why does
Oh
he have a
my
video called Trigger
God.
Me? I'm a world's first race detecting toy. Oh
Okay,
no.
so there's a camera in the eye that sends the picture to a an offsite computer
Mhm.
that runs the picture by an algorithm that compares the picture to all sorts of pictures, like other pictures in the database, and in order to find which one you are most likely to be, and then says various racist remarks depending
Oof.
on which race it detects that you are.
Oh my god.
But he only, I think that he only programmed in, or not programmed in, he only recorded the ones that were racist against Filipinos because
Oh!
he is Filipino.
He doesn't
And
have a lot of videos on his channel, does he?
not a lot, but they're all
No.
very good.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even notice the C sharp beginners tutorials.
Yeah, those are down there too.
Uh, the tomato spike. That's another good one. He took a gutted 3D printer, fixed a camera, and a big fucking air pressurized spike on it in order to detect and rip out tomatoes out of his salad
Jesus Christ.
because he doesn't like tomatoes. He's living with William Osmond right now. If you watch him.
No, I don't watch anybody.
Oh
Me look up William Osmond now. Oh, he just makes food. Never mind. I'm disgusted.
no, he does not make food.
His just looks like a bunch of random shit. What is going on?
He builds like he does robots and
Oh,
various other shit.
okay.
He is more engineering, whereas Michael Reeves is more programming.
Mhm.
Like he made a pumpkin hovercraft. He made a bike out of entirely wood. A remote control shopping cart. I remember like one of the first videos I watched it. I don't know if I can find it right now, but it was he had a CVC router cut the image of a face into a pile of ham.
Wow. Oh, yeah, I remember I had an idea while driving back down to my dorm. What about shopping carts that scan your items when you put them in there, and you just plug it into the checkout thing when you got to it, instead of having to pull them out of your thing, scan them, put them in a bag, and then put them back in your fucking thing, take them out to your car.
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
just put them in your shopping cart. They're
I
scanned
gotta.
when they drop into the shopping cart. Plug it into the checkout machine. It brings
I
me a
think
total. Bring it up.
I think that if it scans when you drop it in, there's a lot of room for error. So I think there should be like a scan bar, like
Yeah, scan
on it
bar.
that you put it up to. But
Mhm.
even then, it could be hard because of think of like dog food. Yeah, if you want to buy some dog food from Walmart,
Mhm.
you can't really. It's pretty heavy, you know.
Yeah.
Like
Let's add
yes.
one of those little handguns to it then.
Oh, that might work actually.
Yeah, little one of those scanner guns to it.
Wait, no, wait, that's a terrible idea. That puts me out of a job.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of money for a little bit of convenience.
Also, you take you take shopping carts out of the store, and they get stolen kind of frequently.
That's
Yeah.
true. Unless you did an Aldi's route and make you charge money for them. But again, a quarter is not a lot to lose if you're going to steal a whole automated cart.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess you could like have it just like self fry itself once it leaves a certain perimeter.
That sounds like a lot of money just to
Yeah,
be
it's just a little.
spent on a shopping cart that
Yeah.
puts me out of a job.
Oh, poor
For a slight
automation.
amount of convenience for the customer.
Although,
This sounds like decent convenience.
if it puts me out of a job, that means they don't have to pay my wage, which means
Prices go down.
I hate to say it, that might be a better idea. No,
Just they-
I still think that it'll just like lead to more theft.
Yeah, it probably would, but it eliminates because you already have automated checkout, like self checkouts. So if you
Yeah,
know,
but people hate self checkout.
I love it.
I know like boomers hate it
Boomers
because
are annoying and they're dying off. So who cares?
because I know my dad gets super pissed off whenever he goes into a any sort of fast food place and he sees a self order kiosk. I like it because it means that they get my order wrong less.
I use the Taco Bell app to order my stuff because I have a lot of things to my Taco Bell order. Like I don't like the rice and all the other shit in it. I just get the beef and like ranch and cheese. So like I cannot like self order those in the fucking drive-through.
Oh, I don't go
I
on
just use the
drive-thru.
Taco Bell app.
I go into the store because I don't drive. Well,
no.
actually, for Taco Bell, I go to the Taco Bell Express on in the student union,
Okay.
which is like a gutted version of a Taco Bell. It's a super small portion of the normal menu.
Yeah, I have one of those for Chick-fil-A too.
We've got the Chick-fil-A is right next to it,
I
and
wish we
then
had a full Chick-fil-A.
there's a Muya on the other side. And I mean, the only thing I get at Muya is a shake anyway, so I get my Taco Bell and I get my shake. So
Anyway, can we wrap this up pretty soon?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
still glad we didn't have to cut so much because Nick said racist words. Still glad we didn't have to do that. Oh, Jason, did you ever catch how I edited up the last video when Nick said a bad word? Near the end?
yeah, I did.
Well, those
It-
beeps, I thought it was good.
It sounded fantastic.
Yeah, it was a bunch of the bleep sounds shrunk down, and then I put one over beneath it. So it's pretty much like 8 bleeps and then a bleep like
Yeah, it was less ear piercing, and that's a good thing, especially whenever I hear that sound, it gives me a sick nasty headache.
Oh yeah,
So-
I don't like it that much, so that's why I got to turn it down so much. I just didn't
Mhm.
know it was gonna be that loud in post.
So I wanna make sure that it doesn't do that to anybody else
Yeah,
that might be listening.
I've
Yeah,
always
sure.
hated the censorship bleep sound.
yeah.
It's fucking awful.
Yeah.
Oh, that brings me to like just a quick thing, real quick before we finish off.
Mhm.
Favorite song from Panty and Stocking has a fucking ear piercing bleep in the middle of just like at the
Oh
very beginning of
yeah,
it.
yeah. I know.
D City Rock is what it's called. I hate it because all official versions of that song have the bleep.
It's so annoying.
Anyway, that's it.
Yeah,
We've been the LoveTub Podcast. I'm Jason,
I'm Matt.
And I'm Jake.
and remember, we love you.